Oh no! Wait, hold on. I'm
Whatever.
just gonna go to this. That's my bad.
What did you do?
It didn't save my transform. See, we're all right. Hold on. I fixed your camera, and now for some reason it has screwed it up again.
Is it because of the screen sharing?
It is. Let me move
All right,
you.
unshare. Just
No,
unshare it. It's
I'm
fine.
not unsharing. I refuse. Well, actually, I should unshare. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. Now
It's
it's
fine.
fixed. Although it's not fixed here. We're gonna fix it right now. We're doing it live like Bill O'Reilly. How's it going, everybody? Look at this new setup we've got. Yeah, we're still working out the glitches. I tried to share my screen. I screwed it up. I'm sorry. I let the whole team down. But we're back. We're on the pod. I'm your host, Sean Fitzgerald. With me is Jerry LeBlanc. JC Penni Podcast. Season 17 draft is in the books. We went to Deep Creek. It was a great time. Had by all. No, I mean, seriously, thank you all
I had
for
a good
coming.
time.
Yeah, I had a great time. I don't know why your camera is frozen on mine now. Now everything's screwed up. Hold on. Stand by.
We were just kidding about the whole production quality going up this season, guys. We're still a shit show.
No kidding, dude. Like I had all this worked out, and then I get here and it all goes to hell.
Okay.
We'll get it.
It's all right. We're getting it.
Listen, this is gonna be how the Dolphins play Week 1.
When in Rome.
Yes. Go on. So it doesn't. That's so dumb. All right, whatever. I'll figure that out later. Clearly, I'm just digging around with the camera, so we're just gonna stay on this. My idea for doing 2 different overlays did not work. I'm proud enough to admit when I screwed things up, and this is all my fault. Okay, so forget everything I said. Production quality is crap. Thanks, Brad, for calling me hot in the chat. And shout out to Jason, who was also in the chat. Both of them have #1 fan things, so I don't know what that means, but it's provocative. Gets people going. But we had a great time at Deep Creek. Thanks. Shout out to Jason for doing the steak night on Thursday. Shout out to Jerry for renting the boat on Friday. Or no, both were Friday. Shout out to Jerry for renting the boat. Shout out to Jason for cooking the steaks on Friday. Shout out to James for letting us have all the good players while he drafted a shit team. And we're going to be talking about the top 3, bottom 3 from the draft. We're going to kind of... I have done literally the least prep for this pod out of any pod that we've done. Just because I've been off all week and got back to work today, and it's been crazy. So I'm shooting from the hip. I don't know about you, Jerry. But we're going to be talking top 3, bottom 3. We're going to be talking about kind of some of the best, like what we thought are some of the best and worst picks of the draft, some of the, the bigger steals, the bigger reaches, some of the riskier picks. And we will, as always, get into our predictions, including, as always now, our new tradition, the championship rematch to kick off Week 1. I love that tradition. The last thing I want to say before we get started that I'm waiting for people to comment on, but no one's commented on it in the chat already, but now they can see it full well. Wearing the Oasis gear, biblical concert on Sunday night. Shout out to Liam and Noel Gallagher for putting on an amazing show. I know they watch they're big fans of the pod. Fun fact, at the show Monday night, John Oliver and Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul. So yeah, Oasis is back, lads. Get on it. And shout out to Brad for the Oasis comment. So I've got the draft board up right now on the stream. We are going to go through a top 3, bottom 3. I will. I mean, it's up to you, Jerry. Do you want to go with? Do you want to start with the good or the bad?
Let's start with the good.
Okay.
I want to start with the good. Let's do the desserts first.
Then I will let you start with the top 3 team. I was locked in with the bottom 3, but I didn't have a top 3 yet, so I'm going to be evaluating as we go. But let me hear one of your top 3 picks.
So, I know we've all had a lot of fun with me shitting on Zach's team every year, and he just always outperforms. And I'm hoping that it's just the opposite this year. I love his team. I can't put it any other way. I think he had the best draft of everybody.
Wow. Yeah, I can't say Like, it obviously, so some of these picks, we made these picks, what, 2 weeks ago now? Has it been 2 weeks already?
Just yeah, about a week and a half.
Week and a half ago.
About 10 days ago.
So hindsight, I feel like, is like the 10 days more of perspective on certain running back committees, certain wide receiver situations, definitely plays a role here.
Sure.
I like some of the picks. I would say Najee Harris looks amazing, and Christian Kirk too. Both look like amazing values for where they were picked.
I mean, yeah.
Saying you can make a case for. I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
I originally thought he waited too long, but like getting Tony Pollard in the 8th, and like you just said, I mean Najee Harris in the 14th. I think that he got good value. He didn't, like I said, and honestly, he always reaches on tight ends, I think. And no, he waited and got Travis Kelce in the 9th, and I think that's
great value.
Totally reasonable. So,
I mean, I'll say it until the cows come home that one of the reasons I won last year was because I was able to get George Kittle in the 8th, and he vastly outperformed where I drafted him. So I think that was a wise pick. I don't know that I'm at Zach in the top 3 yet. I need to think more about that. I certainly don't have him in the bottom 3. I would say his team is if I were to pick playoff teams, Zach would be one of the 6.
yeah.
Any other picks that you really loved that he got?
Sorry, I just taking down the draft board. Let me open it back up. So in hindsight, I can't remember if he was like right before me in the draft or like I can't remember exactly.
You two were one after another.
One after another. Yeah. So like on the turn coming back when I took Christian McCaffrey, in hindsight, I wish I had taken Patrick Mahomes. Wow. And I think him having the 1-2 combo there with Daniels and Mahomes, like he doesn't have to worry about it. I know I went back to that well with Christian McCaffrey, and I hope it pays off for me. But I have not had a good, track record with taking running backs over quarterbacks and working out for me. So in hindsight, I kind of wish I had taken Patrick Mahomes there.
Yeah. Brad said for those in the chat, and I promise, guys, when I have a little more time, I will get the chat overlay in this. I'm working on getting my stream elements thing set up where I can get the chat actually to display on the pod so y'all can see these comments live. But I until then, I'm just going to keep announcing them. Brad says he's going to throw a party when Zach finally misses the playoffs. That's great. I'm actually going to pick a different top 3 team just to lead off. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to kind of stay in the same area of the board, just one team over. I thought Jason, like, every time he drafted, I was like, yeah, that's a good pick. Yeah, that's a good pick. Jason Smith. Okay. I really have a tough time faulting any of his picks in the first 9 or 10 rounds. And really, I mean, I don't think he missed a pick. I mean, I don't love drafting your defense in the 14th, but then again, like, I also understand that some people like to pull the trigger on defenses early. But aside from that, I really have a tough time. Like, I'm nitpicking. Would I have gone Nico Collins in the 2nd? I probably would have gone Amon-Ra or Malik Neighbors if you're going to go wide receiver there. But I like Joe Burrow and Dak Prescott as a quarterback committee. I think it's good, very good value. I love Chase Brown. I think a lot of people do.
Love Chase Brown.
Yeah.
His volume last year was insane. Like, yeah. So I will say one of my other top 3 was Jason. Getting Chase Brown in the 4th, like if I didn't go McCaffrey Achane, like I probably should have taken Chase Brown there. If I just like take Patrick Mahomes in the 2nd round there, I still get Achane there and I can get Chase Brown and I feel a lot better about my team. Everybody takes the players. They don't like take them from me. I just didn't take the players that I wanted, and then I'm mad about it afterwards.
I get it. Like I picked Kyler Murray at the end of the 2nd because I didn't want to miss. I was between Dak and Kyler last year. Didn't want to miss out on Kyler again this year, And in doing so, I was between him and Derrick Henry. Of course, Derrick Henry goes, and of course, James tells me, "Oh, I wouldn't have drafted Kyler Murray, so I could have had them both." Instead, I'm rocking Kyler Murray and Puka Nacua. But yeah, I would say Jason. And the wildest thing about Jason said he's so hard right now. He's gonna be rock hard until his first round exit. The wildest thing about Jason Smith's team is he hasn't even started trading yet. Like he always gets more value out of his trades. He's got a team that can stand on its own now.
Yeah. And just again, to be nitpicky, I thought it was a little early to draft a third quarterback, taking Trevor Lawrence in the ninth. And I'm not just saying that because I waited until like to draft my first quarterback,
as you always do. But
I guess my second quarterback. I did take Jalen Hurts in the first round. I've learned a little bit from my mistakes of punting on quarterback.
Burrow's a no-brainer, like a consensus top 5. And if you truly don't trust Dak, given that Dallas is kind of going to be a shit show all year, I understand wanting to have another high upside guy. I don't get me wrong. I think there's a lot more. I mean, like, which way was the round going here? It was 1, 3, 5, 7. The round he got Lawrence. It was going left to right.
It was left to right, yeah. And I was going to take Trevor Lawrence there. And,
so like,
it was gone, and then I'm like, okay, I'm punting on quarterback for another couple of rounds. Like,
he's got tight end options that are available at that point. He's got some wide receiver options. There aren't a lot of great running backs at that point. Maybe Jordan Mason, but
no, he's got to feel really good about when one of his quarterbacks goes to bye. Although, if I'm remembering correctly, didn't Dak Prescott and Joe Burrow have the same bye week?
Yes. so, not great. But
no,
you can always start
like
someone
said,
else with the super flex.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I did have Jason was my third of my top 3.
Jason also says he's Trevor Lawrence was a value pick and will probably trade a quarterback. Hey, good news! I got tight ends if you're interested. So you've named 2 of your top 3. I've only named 1, so I guess I got to go again now.
Yeah, go ahead and throw yours out there.
I don't want to do it because I hate doing this.
All right, I'm gonna say my third. You say your second. We're gonna say it at the same time.
All right, 1.
Because if you hate saying it.
1, 2, 3, Brad.
Oh, okay. No, I was not gonna say that. I'm really glad I didn't say anything.
I don't like giving Brad. I do. I like Brad deserves credit, but like he also is in the finals with me. I will say like I like Brad and Jason both have the longest droughts in our league at the moment, and I think one of them is poised to end it with the way they drafted. I just love every pick, Brad. Again, like there was like I had a hard time saying, "Oh yeah, I disagree with this pick at this point in the draft." The one, if I had to pick one, it's his QB at Superflex, and that is my biggest concern. Is does Justin Fields have value with the Jets? If not, does Penix give you enough value at your Superflex? That's my biggest issue. But from a running back wide receiver perspective, he's got talent in bounds. He owns one of the things I love that he did. Maybe my favorite thing he did in the draft was going back to back Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason. I love the Minnesota running back committee, and the fact that and it looks to be more of a committee from what I'm hearing. But like, I do think one of them is going to have tremendous value, if not both. We've seen running back committees where both guys have value. You saw a couple years ago, Achane and Mostert. You saw, what was the Lions, like David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Like, there are running back committees that can just produce value at both, like a 1A, 1B kind of situation. I could see Minnesota doing that.
It's funny because I look at his team and I don't remember exactly where I end up putting him. I think I had him like in the middle of the pack. I didn't have him in the bottom 3.
Wow.
If I'm remembering correctly, I didn't have him in the bottom 3.
Oh, okay.
But I think the big thing that I like ran into the problem is like all the things that you just said. I'm like, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. Like I love the Nick Chubb pick in the 15th round. It's looking like, am I wrong? Is he looking like he's number one on the depth chart right now?
Someone's got to start there.
Get work. He's gonna get work. But it's funny because like I don't like the combination of the Minnesota running backs. Like going back to back, like you never know which one. And like that was a problem last year with David Montgomery, and they both for a while played really well. But then when Montgomery went down, Jahmyr Gibbs is just the fucking man. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the turn doing both of them. I don't love Alvin Kamara as your second running back, like I guess they have to give the ball to somebody, but like, is there any running back in the league that's going to see more 8-man boxes than Alvin Kamara?
Maybe Bijan. Maybe.
Maybe,
I mean, like
maybe.
I see your point. Like it's going to be a stacked box against them because they can't do anything else. I will
Like,
say like like they
I
do
don't
have a
know.
couple receivers. They have
Like
Rashid Shaheed. They have Chris Olave. They have like some
they
talent that can take the top off.
they do, but I also would make an argument that they have the worst quarterback and starting quarterback in football right now.
Sure,
So
you can
like
make a
it's,
case.
I mean, and that's why I'm like Bijan might see a lot, but at least Penix is in his second year. At least he's beating out Kirk Cousins for the job. Like I don't know. I think that the quarterback situation in New Orleans is awful. It's kind of why I ended like Rashid Shaheed actually played pretty well last year, if I remember correctly, before
Yeah,
he got hurt.
yeah,
I still kind of stayed away from all Atlanta or all Saints players just because like
I get it.
I hate the quarterback situation there,
But again, like here's the thing about Brad's team: you have Saquon as your RB1. He's a lock.
which is awesome.
You have your wide receivers are Amon-Ra, Drake London, and Devontae Smith, and Rome Odunze could
Like,
easily be a flex wide receiver. Like
I'd like to think Rome Odunze is going to get an uptick with Ben Johnson
yeah,
as the head coach there. Like
So-
like I said, I don't hate Brad's team.
No,
but
no,
it was
no.
just funny that some of the things that you really liked, I'm like, those are the things that kind of kept him out of my top three.
I get it. I was just saying, like from a roster composition standpoint, reasonable minds could differ, but I do think that all he really needs, like a lot of this is like, what do you need? The way I'm looking at fantasy lately is like, when you're drafting, what do you need to hit? Like, which guys do you like? You need. I mean, obviously, you need to have a starting lineup full of players, but like, which guys do you really need? I need, I'm locked at Saquon. Don't have to worry about that. I'm locked at wide receiver 1 and 2. Don't need to worry about that. I'm locked at QB1. So Brad is like, I need my super flex to hit. I need one of my running backs to take off, and I need one of my wide receivers to take off, and then one flex. Like, you need 4 guys to hit that have question marks. But between the number of guys that we've talked about, Kamara, Jones and Mason, Chubb, Smith, and Odunze, and even Downs, you can make a case. Like, I think there's enough there, and there's always the chance of like a wild card, like Trey Benson. James Conner gets injured and Trey Benson runs away with the job. But I do think there is also trade potential with regard to one of his, like, he's got wide receiver depth. If Odunze and Smith both produce, that he could trade away one of those pieces for like a quarterback if he's not getting production there, or a running back if he's not getting production there, something like that. So he's got options.
Yeah.
So I said Brad, I said Jason, you said Zach and Jason. So Jason Smith with only consensus so far. Who is your last to round out the top 3?
So I'm assuming other people in the chat noticed as I was saying it, since you said you hate to do it. I have you in my top 3.
Hey, that's the kiss of death.
Going back to Lamar Jackson, I think makes sense. I don't think he can do it 3 years in a row, but I think like just the rushing floor is so fucking high for him. Like, I don't think Ravens are going to be bad.
He won me.
I thought it was interesting doing the 2 tight ends back to back, but like,
oh my gosh,
they're 2 really good tight ends. And as much as I don't think tight ends typically have as much trade potential in past years, like I feel like the top tight ends, like there's not as much of like there's one really good tight end and then it's a huge drop off. Like there's like 4 or 5 good tight ends this year that you feel really good about, and then then there's more of a drop off. People might actually be looking for a tight end. Waiting on running back was interesting, but like I don't hate your starting running backs. Getting James Conner, getting Isaiah Pacheco, like I like it. And honestly, I think Cam Scatabo like could actually be relevant.
I fell into a very good strategy, I'll say. Like, I did not plan to have this. It all went off the rails the moment that Tyreek went at the end of the 4th, right, the pick before me. When McMillan did that, I was scrambling because I was banking on having him to kind of allow me to focus on running back at the next pick, and I probably would have gone with,
I think you are you are better off having that happen, because going with the homer pick there makes sense. I don't love Tyreek this year. I could be absolutely wrong because he's the fucking home run hitter, but like I'm not a big believer in what and him putting up the same numbers he has in the past.
I mean, Father Time wins all battles, right? That's the question with Tyreek Hill. I would say there is no player in fantasy football this year who has a wider range of expected floor to ceiling than Tyreek Hill. He could be the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy. He could be a wide receiver 3.
Yeah,
like,
and he's 31 this year. Like I at some point he will slow down a little.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like physically, speed wise. I mean,
as the Dolphins insider of the group, there hasn't been a lot of like rave reviews about Tyreek at camp. Like Tua just came out today and said like their relationship is good, that he's been like doing the right things.
Did he request a trade?
Oh yeah,
so, not actually request
so
a
at
trade?
the end of last season, Tyreek basically like he was like pissed off about missing the playoffs for the first time in his career, and he's like talking, and he basically just talks away into saying like, man, and he ends it with I'm out, and like for weeks there was like or not weeks, maybe it was like a couple days, but like there was a trade. Tyreek wants out of Miami. And then Drew Rosenhaus has to do cleanup and like no, he's he's just frustrated, he's passionate, and like Tyreek like had to make amends and that sort of thing. But like Tua came out really quickly after that and was like, yeah, no, he lost the trust of the locker room. Like he's gonna need to earn that back. Like Tua's been a leader this year for the Dolphins and is saying the right things, but Tyreek is persona non grata among Dolphins fans, and he is certainly not. There's not been any like rave reviews in training camps like saying he's the guy. So yeah, I don't know, but I am happy overall with my roster. I talked about like you need guys to hit. I think I've got locks at both QBs, obviously, but tight end and flex, one wide receiver. My running backs, I'm starting them regardless, Connor and Pacheco, and unless and until. I mean, my running back strategy was draft two current starters and then have a bunch of young, high upside guys who hopefully will have a job by season's end in case one of my starters gets injured. So like Scatabo, Braylon Allen if Breece Hall gets injured, Quinshon Judkins if he ever that situation ever resolves itself. But again, in the 15th, I'm not mad about throwing a pick on him.
Yeah, no, I don't have a problem with taking him in the 15th. I saw him taken way earlier in other drafts that I've done.
Yeah.
For other leagues, and like I'm like, you guys know he like hasn't practiced, hasn't signed a contract, hasn't done any like.
He's a late round flyer.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like I said, I like it. I like the team. I have you in my top 3.
Love you, buddy. So that leaves one for me. And this is tough because I was actually I'm right now. I'll tell you who I was between here. I was between all my picks are in like this. All my top 3, bottom 3 are in the same area of the board. I was between you and Alex. And if I had to pick one, I'm gonna go you, and I'll explain why.
Because I picked you, and you just want to make me feel good.
Yes. No. It is like when you look at your team top to bottom, the only real question mark I have is like your third wide receiver spot and your running and your second quarterback, your super flex. That's it. Otherwise, your team is great for the most part and solid where it's otherwise. Like Jalen Hurts is a lock. CMC and Achane, it is if they stay healthy, you have the best running back duo in the league, and it's not close. And then you got T. Higgins, JSN, and Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is my question mark. I don't love Devontae Adams. I'm fine with him where you got him. I think. Let me see again. They're back there. I would have probably gone MHJ or Garrett Wilson there. Just a personal preference. I get it. Like again, Devontae Adams. You're talking about it's the same thing as Tyreek Hill, right? He's like how many? It's like 2 seasons removed from being like a 99 overall in Madden and one of the best receivers in the game. But is he washed? Like I don't know.
I don't think he is. Like I felt like it was a good spot to get him. I don't know. I'm kind of what you were talking about. Justin Fields. I feel like his rushing also keeps his floor pretty high, but like. Garrett Wilson couldn't fucking. I had Garrett Wilson last year. He couldn't score points with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know that he's scoring a bunch more with Justin Fields. I mean, maybe he does.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Devontae Adams, I think, like you said, not too long ago, he was one of the best wide receivers in football. I think him also being the number 2 option there is actually really helpful for him.
Yeah. No, again, he's got Matt Stafford throwing the ball. Like and especially like
I don't think he's ever seeing a double. With Boogaloo on the other side, he's never seeing a double.
That's true. Yeah, it really depends on what that LA offense decides, like how they decide to run that offense. Like, how many times is Matt Stafford going to be throwing the ball? But your running backs are great. I love Swift where you got him. Also, like, a lot of your guys, they're like Tyrone Tracy is still the starter as of today. I don't know if he'll end the season starter, but he is. He's starting week 1.
Yeah, and I already kind of said how I like Cam Scatabo to take work there. So
right.
I mean, I'm hoping. I mean, for the sake of this season, I hope that that's not the case. But I'd be lying if I saying I didn't believe Cam Scatabo was going to end up getting some work there.
Can I just say, I love that you went back to Kyle Pitts. I'm so happy. It made me so happy. And honestly, I wanted him in the 17th. Like, he's if I didn't already have 2 tight ends, I probably like go him in the 16th. But I get it. Like, huge upside. Like, isn't it the coordinator, like the guy who doesn't the coordinator there love tight ends? Does have some connection with him?
I don't know. All I know is that use him as a tight end. I feel like every year this happens though, where it's like he has like one good game and they're like,
yep,
he can beat corners, and it's like, no, he can't get separation against corners. Stop lining him up in a wide receiver spot. Put him as a tight end, but make a linebacker who can't guard him. Like,
but you don't even need Kyle Pitts. You got T.J. Hawkinson. I mean,
I got T.J. Hawkinson. I feel good about my tight end situation.
Yeah. I mean, he was productive for me when he came back from injury. You know, he rarely saw the field because I had Kittle, but he was solid. So I'm going to give you the nod over Alex. The one thing that scares me is your super flex, and it just I like Stafford, I like Smith where you got them, but obviously they are QB like 20s, like they're borderline QB 2s on as where they're drafted.
Yeah, I mean I kind of took Geno just because I wanted a third quarterback on my roster. I don't have to want to sit there and like think about who I'm trying to pick up off the waiver wire. I do like Matt Stafford's upside though, and again, I think he gets an upgrade with Devontae Adams. I don't know. I like where I got Stafford. I'm not like pretending like I wasn't trying to, like I said, I was gonna go Trevor Lawrence if he didn't go 2 picks before, where I was going to take him in the 9th.
Yeah, well, you got screwed a couple times because Cam Ward and Trevor Lawrence both went that round. Who I'm guessing you might have had your eye on Cam Ward, but I know you had your eye on Lawrence.
Yeah, I definitely had my eye on Lawrence.
And then the fact that Tua and Bryce Young back to back right before your pick.
Yeah, I literally, like, as it turned, I was like, I'm gonna get one of them. I wanted Tua more, but I'm gonna get one of them. It doesn't matter. Like, there's no way that both Scott and Alex back-to-back take their third quarterback, and they both did. And it's like, all right, Alex, you're getting fucking slapped. Like, it's like I did it to myself. I should have just taken one. But when I took J.K. Dobbins, I'm like, there's no scenario where they both take their third quarterback, so I can wait on quarterback for this turn, and I'm just wrong, as I always am about this type of situations.
Oh, so those are our top 3. So just to recap, it's you picked myself, Zach, and Jason Smith. I picked Brad, Jason Smith, and you. So
put it on the board.
Keyshawn, put it on the board. Let's get to the bottom 3. I think we have at least. I know we have at least one consensus. I think we probably have 2. So I'll say the first one just because I think it's the easiest lock, which is James.
James is in the bottom 3.
I mean, like, and I don't get me wrong, like. I even would say, like, the first half of his draft was not bad. I would go Jackson over Allen, but I think they're I personally had them as consensus top 2.
I would have taken Josh Allen. I like that pick there.
Fine. I'm fine with Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown.
Sure. I think I probably would have gone Puka Nacua there. But...
Sure, but whatever. Like I wouldn't. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I wouldn't have picked AJ Brown at that spot. I probably would have gone Derek.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, like Kenneth Walker, I'm okay with as long as you have a nice glass of Chardonnay with it. And he did that. So like I'm fine with that pick. Scary Terry, it was a riskier pick then.
Then it looks, 10 days later, it looks better.
Looks a lot better after the extension.
Sure. But after that is where he just, like, kind of goes off. I mean, Henderson and
Henderson Laporte, I'll give him too, because again, like Henderson is like they are raving about Henderson in New England. They love this kid.
He's looked great. But I think my Okay, so I'll update it to after the seventh round is where it like fell off the tracks, and
Yeah,
he fully embraced the, well, if I want my guy, I got to reach for him, and he just did
correct.
it like 8 times in a row.
Correct.
And
He entirely wasted the second round of or the second half of his draft. I even like I'm going to defend him on Matthew Golden, and I'll say this: he could have had him like with any point in the next 2 or 3 rounds. But I'll defend him on Matthew Golden because I think like the more time that passes, the better that pick looks in hindsight with like the question marks around Green Bay's wide receiving core. Like
I don't know, man.
I don't know what
Seeing,
Jaden Reed is playing through. What is that whatever that Higgs fracture that like is gonna like he's gonna take years off the back end of his career by playing through this stupidly. Like doctors have said you should have surgery. He's like, nah, bro, I'm good.
wait, who are you talking about?
Jaden Reed, right? Am I thinking of someone else? Shout out in the chat if you know.
I don't see Jaden Reed on his roster. That's why.
No, I'm saying he got Matthew Golden.
Oh, okay,
So like,
gotcha. Sorry, I misunderstood what you're saying. My
no,
apologies.
yeah, you're good. So I'm saying like I'm fine. Matthew Golden looks like like his value is rising by the day. They drafted him in the first round for a reason to give Jordan Love a great target. You know,
I think he would have been there.
Oh,
Coming
he
back
definitely would have been there. But like,
that's
it's a bad.
that's
It's
the
a.
prop. It's
It's
the
a bad
problem is
pick.
like yeah, I think the problem is like if Matthew Golden's going to go at the end of the ninth, beginning of the 10th, and you reach there, okay, whatever. But I don't think that he was going in the 10th. I don't think he was going in the, like you probably could have gotten him somewhere in the 11th. I don't know. I thought that was a reach. I don't know.
If you look at where because Matthew Golden was the end, that was the break, right?
Yeah.
If you look at the guys like really again, I'm gonna pass on Golden for a second. JJ McCarthy I thought was a massive reach.
Don't love it.
Keon Coleman and Zach Charbonnet I can get my head around. But the rest of the draft, I don't understand at all. I don't understand Jaden Blue. I don't understand Marvin Mims. I don't understand the Eagles. I don't understand Marquise Brown. I don't understand Wan'Dale Robinson.
Eagles
I
on
don't
the
understand
14th
Romeo
is
Doubs.
just. I mean, I guess it's the beginning of the 15th, it's essentially the same thing. But like, yeah, I don't love it.
I get late rounds are less valuable. I get that like you're not you if he look if there's a universe where James makes the playoffs. If he nailed the first half of his draft, if Golden and Keon Coleman turn out to be diamonds in the rough, yeah, he makes the playoffs. If the rest of his roster does what it's supposed to. But there's a lot of ifs in that sense. He doesn't have a great super flex situation, that's for sure. Putting a lot of faith in JJ McCarthy. Again, could he hit? Sure. Is it something I'm willing to bet my fantasy season on? Probably not. It's just it's inviting a lot of risk. And the beautiful part about the second half of the draft is there are so many diamonds waiting to be mined out there. Chuba Hubbard win the 14th round last year. I'm going to say that until again. I'm going to say that until the ends of the earth. Like there are guys who there are running back ones and running back twos in the second half of the draft. There are wide receiver ones and wide receiver twos in the second half of the draft. There aren't many, but they're there. Like why waste your picks?
Yeah, didn't love it.
No.
I think was that the first defense taken off the board too? Was Eagles at the 14th there? 14th, 15th?
14, 15, 16. Yes.
No, the Broncos went just before. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, but I also think
Wait, did they?
yeah.
Just going back. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 14's coming back that way.
Yep.
I don't know. I still just think 14's too early to be taking a defense.
Yeah, I agree.
I honestly, again, it's one of those. Again, it's always about like where you get them versus where you could get them, and I think you probably could have gotten the Broncos defense at that on the 15 turn there. Same thing with, I don't know. I obviously getting a little nitpicky, but like I think James just had a lot of. I think you could have got him on the next turn, and I don't love his team.
Yep.
So I love Josh Allen. Don't love the rest of his team.
Consensus bottom three. Who's your next one?
So my next one is going to be Window.
Yep, he's in my bottom 3 too. And I will say, like, again, don't hate his team on paper. But if I have to pick the 3 weakest drafts, there is some hindsight in this, but yeah, I agree with you. I also had Window in my bottom 3.
Yeah, there's just like, yeah, Bijan is Bijan, but like I'm not that much of a believer in Bijan. I'm not a big believer in the Falcons as a whole. So Bijan, I get the pick. I'm not like even knocking that pick, but it's like I think I'd rather have Saquon. I don't know. Malik Neighbors, again, if he's getting the volume that he was getting at the beginning of last season, great. Is Russell Wilson the starter right now? Or is Jackson Dart going to win the job? I honestly don't know right now. I probably should be better informed on that, but like, again, I feel like I'd rather have Puka. I don't know. Maybe I'm also just putting a lot of stock in the Rams. I'm a big believer in the Rams this year.
I will defend the Neighbors pick. If he hadn't gone, if Neighbors fell to 19, I was snatching him. That was my plan, to get Neighbors and then see where I'm at on the back end. But Neighbors fell to me at 19 in a lot of drafts, and I snatched him every time just because, again, the target volume is just mad. I mean, they just kept feeding him.
Yeah, it was big it was big at the beginning of the year. I could understand the Brock Bowers pick if he already had a quarterback.
Yeah, that's the problem. And you've identified one of the biggest issues with this team is he waited until the 5th round, and he's on the. I guess he's on the front end of the 5th round, but still, like, he waited to the 5th round to draft a quarterback. How many quarterbacks have been drafted at that point? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
11.
13. Yeah. 13 quarterbacks are off the board at that point because it's the 5th round, right?
Yeah, you're right. 13. So yeah, he got the 14th and 15th quarterbacks off the board.
No. He got 14th and then 15, 16, 17. He got the 14th and 18th quarterbacks off the board. In a super flex league, you gotta get at least one quarterback early, I feel like.
I feel like you want to have a top 10 guy, and it's kind of funny because CJ Stroud had a great rookie year, but like Caleb Williams didn't, and CJ Stroud had a sophomore slump. Like both of them are coming off not great years, and maybe they bounce back and this works out great for him. But yeah, didn't love waiting that long. I mean, Brock Bowers is going to be a fuck. I don't hate the Brock Bowers pick. I don't know if Brock Bowers was going to go again. One of those spots, like, do you think Brock Bowers is there when it comes back to him in the 4th? And then he gets Dak Prescott instead. I don't know. I don't know that he'll still be there. Maybe not. But I don't know. I just don't like having the tight end situation. I'm also just not a big believer in taking tight ends early. So taking the first tight end off the board is usually like a thumbs down for me.
I almost, like, again, like at my 4-5 turn, I almost didn't take tight ends for that exact reason. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I don't like taking tight ends early. Honestly, the only reason I did it at where I did it was because I didn't believe in any of the guys. I wasn't like in love with any of the guys at those spots the way I was with those tight ends. Like it was McBride. McBride was just a value pick. He fell farther than I thought, he should have fallen. I was like, I'm gonna snatch him. Kenneth Walker and Terry McLaurin, I was hoping to get one of them probably. They both went. I'm like, well, I don't love James Cook, don't love Mike Evans, don't love JSN, don't love Brees. Like, again, who am I drafting at this point? Like, I feel like everyone else was a tier below, and I'm like, screw it, I'll take Kittle. But I agree with you that, like, the problem with taking tight ends so early is you're playing catch up on your other vital positions, right? Yeah, tight ends are more of a luxury.
Yeah, and especially when we added a 3rd wide receiver. Like, wide receivers are so much more important than they were in the past. Like, essentially, we eliminated kickers to add an extra wide receiver. Like, I think you can't. Like I said, maybe it'll work out for him. Like I said, I love Brock Bowers. I mean, I do have Geno, so I'm hoping that he's open all the time and I can turn Geno into a reasonable starter. But
the last thing I just want to add about Windows team, and again, I'm going to give, in fairness, like, I think some of this is also like hindsight being 2020, but like Joe Mixon, he drafted in what round?
The 8th,
4, 6, 8, 10. 10th round pick, drafted Joe Mixon.
For a guy that might not even play this year.
he's at least missing 4 games, and who knows when he'll come back. Bill, right afterwards, it was a huge, like, one of the maybe the most hyped player at that point in time in fantasy, because Washington had to run the ball with somebody, and they had just traded Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
So I get it, but now he's not even, and I understand they don't usually make rookie running backs the starter on the depth chart, but I don't know that he's getting the all the carries in Washington.
No,
I would think he was like 4th on the depth chart, I'm pretty sure.
No, I think he's moved up. He's 2nd on the depth chart, but like I think Austin Eckler's getting the majority of that work, and Austin Eckler can catch the ball, like. And also, I think they want to be a pass happy team anyways. They brought in Debo, they re-signed Terry McLaurin, they have Jaden Daniels. What's up?
Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, the Commanders' 7th round rookie running back, is listed as Washington's 4th string running back on the Week 1 depth chart.
Really?
And I understand.
Where do you see that?
On here, I'm gonna share my screen.
I mean, I'm just on ESPN's depth chart for Washington right now. They have him listed as 2nd, so that's why I'm asking. Where do you see that?
It's on ESPN. I'm on the Commanders page. Let me move the draft board out of the way. So, let me see if I can scroll over. I can't. Well, here. Hold on. You can't see it. It's there. If you go to here, I'll share the link with you in the chat.
I'm on their page right now, but mine's also like bugging out. It's literally listing no one is the 1st string and has Austin Eckler as 2nd.
It's Austin Eckler, Jeremy McNichols, Chris Rodriguez Jr., and then Bill. So I'm not saying that's going to happen. I think he's going to get. I don't think he's going to not. I don't think he's going to be a healthy scratch. Let's be real. But I agree with you. But I get what you're saying. Like, you don't know that he's going to be the starter. I think Austin Eckler's going to get a lot of the work there. And yeah, no, it's just like back-to-back 10-11. Like, who knows how much work those guys. I mean, Joe Mixon, obviously, for the first 4 weeks isn't getting any. Super last thing I want to say. You know who else I don't love? Who? Any Baltimore wide receiver, and he drafted one in the 7th. That's his second wide receiver. I understand he's got Travis Hunter, he's got Khalil Shear, he's got Darnell Mooney, he's got some guys that maybe will hit, but like Zay, dude, come on. But you had Devontae Smith right after, and it was in the dead middle of a run on wide receiver. He could have had Jalen Waddle. Oh, that's blasphemy. He could have had Xavier Worthy. He could have had I don't know how to pronounce his first name, Tetroya McMillan. Yeah, like, Tet. And by the way, Jalen Waddle, Dunze, Jameson Williams, Calvin Ridley. Like, I feel like there's like half a dozen wide receivers I would have rather had than Zay Flowers, and he took them there. Also, Brad said, can we please stop saying that Caleb Williams is eligible for a bounce back season from college? McMillan I don't think we were saying that, though. I mean, no, Caleb Williams had a bad year last year as a rookie. He's ready for a bounce back this season. And McMillan, my tight end picks were not done in spite. I was picking best player available. You might have been picking Tyreek out of spite to spite me right before, my pick. But like, and you might have saved me from myself in doing so. But, I don't pick out of spite. I'm not that way. All right, yeah, let's move on. I don't want to get too deep into the picks, though, because we do got to do our reaches and steals and shit. Yeah, we do. So let's finish this up. You're right. So last in the bottom 3. Do you have one locked? Because I do. I do. Okay. Want to try to say it at the same time? I don't. Apparently, or is it one of my top 3? What? No, I don't believe it was one of your top 3. I'm trying to remember who your top 3 was now, but Brad, Jason, and you. No. Not in your top 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Scotty. Alex. You went Alex. Oh, okay. And this is the perfect scenario because I think I play Alex in week 1. Get that shit talker in early. Yeah, just make a slap bet with him. His team will suck. Alex runs so bad at slap bets. He does. Do you want to talk about Alex? Or do you want me to talk about Scotty? Go ahead and talk about Scotty. I will say that this is more. I had to pick someone. I think that Window and James are the F tier of the draft. I would say actually no. I'm sorry. James is F tier. Window's D tier. I think everyone else is like C tier or above, and like at least on the playoff bubble. But I had to pick one team to be the worst out of the 8 that were, I think, fine. And I keep hearing the song in my head. What's that song? That don't impress me much. Like, I wasn't really blown away with any of his picks. I think he drafted Justin Jefferson out of spite because he didn't want to draft CeeDee Lamb. And I understand it as someone who didn't want to draft Josh Allen, but I can tell you with unequivocally, had Jackson gone 1, Allen would have been drafted 2, and I would have sucked it up all year. Like, value, man. And I do think there's going to be a difference between CeeDee Lamb, where the Cowboys are playing catch-up all season long, versus a Minnesota running game that's going to want to pound the ball with Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason and run the tires off. Like, Bo Nix, I'm fine with, I guess.
He's got the rushing floor. I don't hate that.
And again, I'm also even fine with Jonathan Taylor. I don't love being at kind of towards the end of a run of running backs, but I also think Taylor was a very good pick where he got him. I just like the rest of his draft. I'm like, I don't really believe in these guys except for Tet. I'm not a big Lad McConkey fan. Maybe he'll blow me away this year, but like, and he was electric last year. Don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know. I just not seeing like. I'm not seeing more upside than where he was. Like, I don't think his ceiling is high enough for where he was drafted. Drake May is a snooze of a pick. I don't see him taking a step forward this year. Amarion Hampton is a question mark. Like, again, I get the upside. I get that he could. It's the Chargers' offense, and Harbaugh could run the tires off of him too. But like, that's a risky pick for a 6th rounder. And then Calvin Ridley. I get Cam Ward, but I'm like, meh. Tet, I like. It's just like there wasn't honestly the I thought his best picks were probably Tua late. Like, I'd say the best picks after like the first 4 rounds were Tet, Tua, and that's it. So I just wasn't really blown away with any of his picks, and meh.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I get what you're saying.
Sorry, Brad.
I had him. Oh no, he said that a while ago. There was a moment where you were speaking very loudly into it, and that hit. Like, you don't even have to move it away. Like, just talk.
Fuck Scotty.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously I didn't have Scotty in my top 3, so like I kind of get a lot of your concerns with his team. But no, I kind of what you were saying. There's a lot of people on Alex's team that I just don't believe in. Like, his first 2 picks, great. After that, I'm just like, I don't love Josh Jacobs. I know he kind of proved me wrong last year. I wasn't a big believer in him in Green Bay the first year around. Like, his his volume is good, but like his overall like yards per carry was awful when he was with the Raiders. Maybe that's just a Raiders problem. I don't know. Breece Hall, I had him last year. Don't want anything to do with the Jets running back. All I heard about was how amazing he was leading up to last season, and then he couldn't do shit. I don't know, Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah,
I mean,
Waddle's
Ricky
a great
Pearsall
pick.
being your third. Waddle's a good pick, and like I said, I feel like Zay Flowers. Like we talked about that with Windows team taking Zay Flowers over Jalen Waddle. I do like Jalen Waddle there, but then he immediately followed it up with Ricky Pearsall, and I'm not a big believer in that. I mean, expecting him to like kind of take like, I guess somebody's got to catch the ball there, but I think Kittle's going to get tons of it. I think they're going to run the ball a lot. I mean, obviously Debo's not there anymore. Ayuk's hurt. I don't know. I'm just not a big believer in Ricky Pearsall. I mean, even like kind of what you said. I mean, if Minnesota's expecting to run the ball, Jordan Addison, you want to be the second guy in an offense that doesn't throw the ball? I mean,
well, and they just got Adam Thielen back too. So how much does that eat away at his value? I mean, that to be fair to Alex, again, that was something that wasn't known at the draft. But this is the thing about hindsight, right? And Jaden Reed, I mean, on Alex's team, I mentioned the injury issues. Like, he might not be healthy he's not going to be healthy this year. He might not finish the season. There's a lot of question marks about him. Jerome Ford is a nice value where he got him because someone's going to run the ball in Cleveland.
Someone's got to run the ball, especially if Quinshon Judkins isn't going to actually like sign a contract. But are you wanting to touch anything with the Cleveland Browns right now?
Not really.
Not at all. I mean, I don't.
No,
I think they're in the running to go 0-16. Like,
they're
bad.
I think Alex is better than advertised. I think part of the reason why is I think Jalen Waddle. I'm going to say this right now, and this is going to be a hot take. I think Jalen Waddle's going to be a wide receiver one this year. I really everything I'm hearing out of camp, everything I'm every vibe I'm getting is like this is Jalen Waddle's breakout year. I think he's going to massively outperform where he was drafted. I wanted him badly.
I mean,
Um,
he drafted him as the 20th wide receiver. If he's able to if he ends up being a top 10 wide receiver, then that's going to be good value for him. I don't know.
but
I don't see it.
I
I
get
don't
your
see a lot of
concerns
his
that
picks.
wide receiver three and I mean his flex is going to be whatever run like he's going to run a running back at the flex. I think
And
Mark
I don't know that I like
Andrews.
that.
I think Mark Andrews is fine. It is he's going to have Herbert and Love step up, or at the very least Bryce Young take a step forward. There is some risk with regard to his quarterback situation. Yeah. Also, what do you think about the last thing I want to say about his team before we go into like some best picks and worst picks, just like one or two? What do you think of Keenan Allen in the 15th?
I think he's cooked. I mean, like, yeah, he had a good run with the Chargers when he was there, but he goes to the Bears. I think I had him last year. Like, he didn't do anything, and now he's going back, and I don't know. I'm kind of apathetic about it. I guess I
Okay.
don't think that's gonna make. I don't think that's gonna tilt the needle for his team at all. I mean, I guess it's good as his seventh wide receiver. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, his seventh wide receiver, and like, if he ends up being a flex level wide receiver, then good for him. But I don't know.
All right. So we've
Maybe
got
maybe he turns it back on going back to the Chargers, but I don't know. I think isn't Keenan Allen like 33 years old? I honestly asking, I don't know for sure.
I mean he's old as shit. I know that much.
Yeah,
Um
he's 33 years old. Like,
all right, so let's do this. Let's break the draft into where we like the where we kind of had the break before at the end of the 8th round, so Matthew Golden, and let's basically say best pick in each half of the draft.
um, best pick in each half of the
So like in the
draft.
first 8 rounds, what was your favorite pick? I can tell you I had two, and I think I've talked about them at length. It's Chase Brown for Jason in the 4th, and Jalen Waddle for Alex in the 7th.
I do like Chase Brown for sure. I don't know. I think that's also kind of where he was expected to go, so it's not like that great of a. But no, I do love the Chase Brown pick. Like I said, hindsight, I wish I had taken Patrick Mahomes in the second to take Chase Brown in the fourth. That is what I wish I had done.
I'll also give James a little credit too. I think again, Trevion Henderson is good value at the end of the 6th. It's the last pick in the 6th round. Like I would probably have picked him before. Knowing what I know now, I would have probably picked him before 6 of the running backs that were drafted above him.
Yeah,
But I don't think there was a huge steal in the first half of the draft. There were some really good picks. I think if I had to pick one, it'd be Jalen Waddle. I think he's significantly
top
undervalued.
half. I get it.
Because it's hard. It's hard to get value. Like it's hard to like get a steal in the first half of the top half of the draft.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of struggling with the question. Like I said, yeah, obviously I love Chase Brown in the middle of the fourth. Um, but after that, I'm kind of struggling to kind of come up with
Yeah.
something.
What about worst pick in the first half of the draft?
Probably. I mean, if you're cutting it off at that like eighth, beginning of the eighth, I don't love. I mean, kind of to your point, I don't love Bo Nix there. Like, I
Yeah.
don't love Bo Nix. Like, essentially as a first round pick, I don't love Bo Nix.
When you have CD, CMC on the board, a bunch of
I'm on
elite wide
Ra, Malik
receivers.
Neighbor. Yeah, and honestly, I mean, again, I think the rushing floor keeps or his rushing keeps his floor pretty high, but like, you really, Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes, right?
In fairness, though, if he doesn't go Bo Nix. I mean, you could go Mahomes, you could go Baker, you could go Kyler, but like if he doesn't go quarterback at that spot because he's the bookend, his next pick, his choices are Herbert, Purdy, Goff, Stroud, Fields, May, Caleb Williams, Jordan Love. Like there's not a lot of pickings there. And he's probably got to go back to back, or at least get the best. At least he's got to get a quarterback in the third or fourth at that point. But I do get your point.
Yeah.
What about second half of the draft? Any standout picks?
Let's see. I mean, I'm pretty surprised Tua went as late as he did.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
getting Tua in the 12th is actually really good because when healthy, he can be a QB1.
Yeah.
So, like, being a top 10 quarterback and you're getting him as, like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, like the 25th. I don't know exactly the number I need to. Like, how many quarterbacks were taken before Tua was taken in the 12th?
If Scotty, I can do the math. 4, 8, 9, 10, 12, 16, 18, 21,
22?
22.
So he's the 23rd quarterback taken off the board? Like,
it's a brilliant pick. Honestly, like, if Scotty makes the playoffs, it's because Tua saved him. Because I don't believe in Drake May. I think Tua will have to step up for Scotty to make the playoffs. But I think that's certainly possible. You have Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Devon Achane. Like, you have weapons galore. And if their secondary is as bad as they say, they're going to be throwing the ball. Like, I get Tua's injury concerns are huge injury concerns, but at a 12th or 13th round pick, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I like I said, of those two, I would have preferred Tua. So when he went, I was like, that sucks. And then I'm like, well, at least I'll get Bryce Young, and then I didn't get him either. No, I did really want Tua at that turn. I really thought I was going to get him. Like, again, like getting him as the 22nd or 23rd quarterback off the board is awesome.
Yeah. I think there were some good picks on that, like, blew my tits off, but like I'll give again Zach credit for Christian Kirk and Najee Harris late. I'll give I'm gonna toot my own horn a little bit. I mean, technically it's the 9th round, but I love Pacheco at the start of the 9th, or the early in the 9th round. At that point in the draft, I think Stephon Diggs was a good pick.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess if I'm just kind of throwing out something like, again, getting kind of the same thing I just said about Tua, like if Matt Stafford, I think his upside is as a top 10 quarterback, and I got him in the 14th. If that's actually the case, that's awesome.
And Nick Chubb, by the way, in the 15th
yes,
for Brad.
The Nick Chubb one is that is definitely one I said earlier.
Huge.
Like he's the starting running back. Like
you got him in the 15th round.
Getting him in the 15th round as your like 5th running back, I think 1, 2, 3, 4.
I would
5,
say
as his 6th. I mean,
more like 5th because Aaron.
More like 5th because of the combo. Yeah, it's more like a 5th. But no, like I love the Nick Chubb pick in the 15th. That's very, very good. Yeah.
So should we get into some predictions?
Let's get it.
All right. Well, as always, as you know, and by the way, wait, I just want to see really quick. Have people change their team names? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did everyone change? Everyone changed their team names. I'm so proud.
I have not changed my team name.
Oh my gosh, I was so happy. I was looking down the standings. Everyone had changed their team names except for you. You are a pizza bird on the roof of the world's mouth. You are the AT&T of people. You are the opposite of Batman.
I am working on it.
All right. So as always,
I need team name suggestions. Brad, give me a team name suggestion that isn't the one that you gave me.
Brad was
I can't remember it.
Nailing team name suggestions at the draft. By the way, holy crap! Like I still think my team name for my like of Dynasty was better than Hair There More Tight Ends. But I love Bark Nova makes me so happy. I'm gonna make him a logo for that. I love Bark Nova. It makes me so happy. We have 9 viewers on the pod, by the way. What's happening right now?
I'm one of them.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel eight's still good. So, I gotta do where's the box score? I gotta do that. And now it's all messed up. I hate this. This is the thing. We finally have like 9 viewers, and then I gotta do this shit. Give me a second. I need like you know what? I need like a technical difficulty screen where it's like stand by play some music. Oh my gosh. All right, we're just going to do this. No, I don't know. Another 10 seconds. Okay. Good enough for government work.
Why the fuck would he say that?
Isn't that a saying? All right. Now it's up. Predictions, box scores, we're good. You see them on the screen. Might be a little small. I apologize in advance. Actually, I can make that better.
We're starting with you.
We always start with the commissioner's matchup.
Simple yes would have sufficed.
I'm just saying, tradition. Yeah, so obviously Brad and I are playing. Perfect. Now we're no, it doesn't really help because I can't zoom in. Damn it! Stupid thing. Whatever. I'm done. All right. Matchups on the screen. I am projected to beat Brad by like 3.3. Rematch of last year's championship where I did beat Brad by a lot more than 3.3.
Totally different teams, though. This is like Florida
Not
State.
really.
Florida State being reboot. You know, totally different team.
Shout out to Sam, who is, I'm sure, thrilled about that Florida State result. No, it's not totally different teams, though, if you look at it carefully. I went back to the well of what Lamar, George Kittle, the Dolphins defense all appeared in that championship team. James Conner was injured but was still there. Chris Godwin, although he is currently injured, is on my roster. I have and Chris Olave too. Like I went back to the well on a lot of guys. So
you did go back to that well.
You got to give contract extensions to your players when they win you titles.
I don't think you do. I don't know that you do. All right, hold on. I gotta.
Well, obviously, I was about to do something bad. I was about to predict myself, but I'm not going to do that yet. I want to look at the matchups.
You were just going to do it out of.
I mean, obviously, I'm gonna no. Actually, I've got some really good matchups. I'm gonna pick me just because why not? I beat Brad once, I'll beat him again. I mean, I have Arizona against New Orleans. We talked about New Orleans not maybe. And to be fair, their problem is really their quarterback situation. The problem is they're going to be playing from behind a lot. New Orleans will be, which bodes well for Chris Olave, who's going to be on my bench. But
I don't know. I just don't trust that quarterback, bro.
Kyler, but that means James Conner should be running the ball, right? If they're ahead, and even if for some reason it is a shoot, if for some reason it is a game, like Kyler, Trey McBride, it's just a good matchup, I think. Cortland Sutton gets Tennessee. I don't remember their defense being particularly great. Honestly, the one I'm most concerned about.
The worst team in football last year didn't have a good defense.
The Dolphins defense gets to play against Danny Dimes. The Dolphins defense put up 12 for me last year in the championship. So I got some good matchups. And then to round it out, like I said, the one I'm concerned about is Lamar against Buffalo, but it's at Buffalo in the essentially the summertime.
In the snow, I thought you were about to say.
Yeah, in the September snow.
I was gonna say, if it snows in Buffalo this week, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
So I'm picking me.
I am gonna go with Brad because Brad is a
The
team of
team of
destiny.
destiny. I
I was
knew it.
wrong. I was wrong last year about the team of destiny. I'm right this year. Brad is a team of destiny. Um, no, I do like I like his matchups. I think
Saquon
that
and
he's
Devontae Smith
gonna
get Dallas.
they get Dallas. Who knows what that team's gonna look like without Micah? Um, yeah, I mean I think it'll be a close matchup, but just off the I haven't done a bunch of analysis on this, but I just kind of like how Brad's team is falling here. I know you got like a 3 point advantage here, but
I am counting on Alvin Kamara to again face a stack box against Arizona's defense because and for them to be playing from behind and not running the ball, and Justin Fields to be absolutely mollywopped by the Pittsburgh defense is what I'm hoping happens.
this isn't the Pittsburgh of old though. It's not the
But
same level of defense that you.
I'm excited to see the two. This is really the two tight end experiment in fantasy football. Is running a tight end at the flex viable if it's a good enough tight end?
I
Let's
also
find out.
forgot that you did that, and the answer there is no. It's not a viable option. That's why you're gonna lose.
I really, it would if George Kittle and Trey McBride both put up like 20 points, I'd be so happy.
And what if they both put up like 3?
I'll be so sad. Um, now this is the I'm assuming
Do you want to do a slap bet?
no, absolutely
Wait,
not.
hold on. Listen to the terms before you immediately
Also,
say no.
fine, but just really
so-
quick. No. Hold on. I did 2 slap bets at the draft, and
I'm trying to do one right now.
I with me, and I've got 2. There are only 2 other people in the league that have any slap bets, and I know that because they both have them with me.
Well, it's not my fault that you're the only one that wants to do slap bets.
I don't
And
want to.
I tried to do slap bets with people, and they said no. So
Because
I'm trying
you
to do
slapped
one.
them hard. Although you were nice to Alex.
I was so. What about Scotty?
You were so nice to Scotty, too.
I was so nice.
Scotty
to
also got
everybody
slapped
this
3 times, and McMillan was not nice.
I'm just saying I was nice this weekend.
You were.
So if both go over, let's say set the over under on 12.5. They both go over 12.5. No, so it's only if they both go. If they both go over 12.5, you win. If they both go under 12.5, I win. And I think they're both obviously it's a little bit above their projection for both. So again, if one goes over, one goes under, it's a wash.
I do it
if they both.
I do it at their projections. I wouldn't do it at 12.5. I do it at their projections.
I will make you a compromise. I'm going to go 11.5. That's midway between their 2 projections, coincidentally, since it's 11.8 and 11.2. So 11.5 is now the line. Over under 11.5. If they both go over 11.5, you win. They both go under. But if one goes over, one goes under, it's a wash.
Can I think about it while we're musing on the podcast?
I mean, yeah, if you want to be a bitch.
I want to think about it. I don't. This is actually a really good question. Like,
you believe in the two? Do you believe in the 2 tight end system?
I don't know. It's an experiment. Like, this is like saying to a scientist, "Hey, do you believe this will work?" Like, I don't know. I'm curious. Let me think about it for another couple minutes. I am.
This offer expires at 9:35. It's 9:29 right now.
Golly day.
I might extend that deadline. We'll see. All right, so I pick Brad. You pick yourself.
Let's do it. Because why not?
A gentleman's agreement.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Gosh, put it on the board. All right, let's get to the next matchup. 11.5.
11.5.
Okay.
They both go over, both go under.
Both go over. I slap you. Both go under. You slap me.
Yes.
This is gonna work out so bad for me.
I'm really good at slap bats.
I know. I hate it. All right.
Well, who's next?
It's Turd Ferguson, McMillan. It's the battle of the Jasons. Turd Ferguson versus Shake That Burr.
And it's essentially a toss up.
I don't understand Shake That Burr. Can someone?
Oh, just Google Shake That Bear. And then watch the video.
Okay.
Don't do this. You're I'm kidding. Please don't do this. It's porn.
Why? Why is it porn?
It's weird porn. Like not only
Why?
think Two Girls One Cup.
No!
Not as bad as Two Girls One Cup, but it's in that universe.
There are 9 viewers on this podcast right now, and how many of them are children? Think of the children. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, now that we're canceled, Jerry, why? So the Battle of the Jasons, McMillan's actually projected.
Brad said Jerry White.
McMillan's projected to win by 1/10 of a point. Production quality was about to go through the roof. Oh my gosh! So
Sean, I'll actually tell you what it is once we're.
I want to go to bed. I need an adult. Even though we both predicted Jason Smith in our top 3, neither of us predicted McMillan in our top 3. McMillan is the projected favorite in this matchup.
He is a slight favorite. This is true.
Yeah. I think I predicted the last one first, so I will let you have the honor.
I mean, I'm going Smith. This is an easy one for me. I love the Joe Burrow Chase Brown matchup against Cleveland.
Offset by Jamar Chase and the other team.
This is true.
But Jason Smith also does have Chase Brown.
Yeah, but Jason also then has the Broncos defense, number 1 defense, fantasy defense anyways, going against, the reigning number 1 overall draft pick. In Cam Ward with the Titans. Titans were terrible last year. I don't think they're going to magically turn into a playoff team overnight. Yeah, no Rashee Rice. I think Xavier Worthy gets an uptick in targets from Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, I don't really love the Jets overall. But I don't know. I think just overall, I like his team better. I'm not a big believer in Ashton Genty. I'm not a big believer in the Carolina Panthers as a whole, so that includes Chuba Hubbard. Do you like David Njoku as your starting tight end? I don't.
Interesting that he's
Ingram's like massive.
To outscore Evan Ingram.
I am pretty surprised by that actually, but yeah. And much to my hope, I actually don't know that I'm starting J.K. Dobbins this week, but much to my hope, I hope R.J. Harvey doesn't touch the ball at all because I want J.K. Dobbins to get all of the work. But I'm gonna stay consistent for at least this. I'm gonna be a hypocrite probably later on in one of the matchups, so I'm going with Jason.
I'm gonna be a hypocrite now, McMillan. I got you. I part of it for me is I don't love the Jets against the Steelers, and McMillan benefits from the Steelers D. It also hurts, I think, Garrett Wilson's value a little bit. I do think a lot. You mentioned the question marks about Ashton Genty. You know who I believe in less than Ashton Genty is R.J. Harvey. And I'm not saying I actually don't. I like R.J. Harvey, but if you asked me, hey, you have $100. Bet on which running back's going to have more fantasy points, Ashton Genty or R.J. Harvey. I'm putting $100 on Ashton Genty every time. So, and I understand, different places where they're drafted, but you know what I'm saying. I think overall,
I get what you're saying.
Baker can keep up with Burrow. Goff can keep up with Prescott. Tyreek and Jamar Chase could run away with this. He's got wide receivers that can absolutely go off. And I just don't see for Jason Smith in this matchup those guys who are going to go off aside from Joe Burrow and Chase Brown. So, I'm going to give McMillan a very. I think it's I'm going to say closest matchup of the week, McMillan.
All right, we're 2 for 2 on picking opposite ends of the spectrum here. So hopefully, we can keep this going and we can just keep track this year.
Yeah, we do. Can someone please be in charge of keeping track of the picks this year on the pod?
Zach can do this. I believe in him.
It's someone just do this.
Zach always watches it the next day anyways.
We have 10 viewers on right now. Someone's got to do this.
Again, I'm one of them.
We have 9 viewers on right now. Someone's got to do this. Sam, where are you?
She's a trivia. She might actually be watching. I'm not 100% sure.
So the next matchup is the Mahomes Depot. I like that. And I appreciate this from James. I like Golden. but it really should be I love golden. Yes, yes.
I'm getting the Austin Powers reference. Fuck James. His team sucks. Zach's gonna win this matchup. It's funny because I can talk shit about James as much as I want because I know he's never gonna watch the pod.
He might be one of the viewers on right now. Did I post?
That would be hilarious if he hasn't messaged in the chat yet.
I don't think I posted in the Discord. I literally copied the link to do it. And I don't think I actually did it. Nope.
Without looking at the matchups, I had James in my bottom. I had Zach as my number one.
Yeah. No,
Zach's team is better. I'm going with Zach.
I go Zach too.
Jesus, I thought you were serious.
Didn't mean to scare you. I go Zach too. I think this will be the widest margin of the week. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's Zach.
Yeah, and I don't think we need to spend too much time.
Also,
on it.
Jaden, I'm going to spend a little time. Jaden Daniels against the Giants. Like,
this is true.
Like, oh my gosh, he's going to eat.
Josh Allen has Buffalo.
Marvin Harrison
or Baltimore rather, and Derrick Henry gets Buffalo.
Yeah,
it's a bad time, Bob.
It's not a good time, Bob. All right, the only person who didn't change their team name, not last, versus give your B-halls a tug. I love that. Give your balls a tug. Oh, great name, Alex. Shout out to Scotty joining the chat late. This is actually funny because I was between you and Alex for my top 3, and I went with you.
You said that.
I did. And when it comes to this matchup, I'm also going to go with you. And it's really... I just really, really like Jalen Hurts against Dallas, and I really, really don't like Justin Herbert against Kansas City. Like, I really think... There's more to it than that. I think CeeDee Lamb's still gonna eat for Alex. I think Jalen Waddle's still gonna eat for Alex. I don't think Breece Hall's gonna have success against Pittsburgh run D. I've said that before. Yeah, I just really don't like... I will say he does have the benefit of Cardinals defense. Cardinals defense is a great defense for the first 6 weeks of the fantasy season, playing New Orleans this week. And the Ravens do get Buffalo. So, like, Alex, this could be one of those matchups where, like, Alex's defense, like, much like the championship last year where I put up 12 and Brad put up -7, like, the defense is like a 10 to 20 point swing and could, like, be a game changer.
But, so I will say that there is a decent chance that I drop somebody and add another defense just for this week because obviously the Ravens Buffalo matchup is not a good one for defenses. I low key was hoping that Juwan Jennings was just... I feel like everything I've heard is like he hasn't practiced, he hasn't done anything. Not only has he had the injury, he's like also kind of waiting out his contract. So I was really hoping I was going to be able to just stick him in the IR and pick up another defense to start for this week, and that has not come to fruition. He's practicing now.
Don't worry, A-Chan will be out, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, I have 3 other starting running backs that I can throw in there. It's all good. It's section only 2. But yeah, no. So I would expect that my defensive projection is probably going to go up by a point or two just because whoever I add on the waiver wire is going to have a higher projection than 3.5. So my line's probably more like 5 to 6 range instead of 3, which is actually one of the bigger ranges from what we're going to see this week. Actually, everything's been pretty tight from ESPN projection standards.
Yeah.
Having said that, I put Alex in my bottom 3. I've talked shit. I'm going to lose. That's how it works.
So you're predicting Alex.
I'm predicting Alex.
And I'm predicting you. So we aside from the Zach pick, we are completely distinct. Will it continue for the Window Scotty matchup?
This is interesting because we both had Window in the bottom 3. You had Scotty in your bottom 3. Scotty is projected to win by 6.1 right now.
Oh, it's a no-brainer. It's Scotty for me. And again, like I said before, Window is in D tier. Scotty is in...
You're not ready to give him the D?
Low. I'm not ready to give him the D yet. I would give Scotty like high C, low B tier. Like, it's not... it's a playoff bubble team in my view, but it's certainly good enough to beat Window and James's teams. So, not to mention, like, I don't know. there aren't a lot of matchups that I love in this game, but one of them that stands out is Jonathan Taylor against Miami's run D. Miami's run D is so bad. It has been so bad. Maybe it'll be different this year, but it's been so bad the last couple years. Jonathan Taylor, I think, is just going to run over us. What did he have? I'm curious. I wish I could. Let me see. See if I can find his match from last year.
Is there a reason that Windows starting? I mean, again, having not, I mean, obviously it's Windows team. He knows much more about it than I do. I'm doing a cursory glance at this point.
Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Johnson starting in his flex spot instead of
I think it's
a bunch of other people that I feel like I probably start over Caleb Johnson.
I think part of the problem is, again, like, who do you start? I mean, I understand, like, yeah, you could start like Bill, you could start and hope for the best. You could start Khalil Shakir, you could start Adam Thielen. Like, start Mooney even, but like, do you? The problem is that Window doesn't have a full lineup right now. He doesn't have a true flex, and I don't know.
I guess that's why he's in the bottom three, right?
Right.
Right.
So, right.
Right.
Right. Right. Right.
Right.
I found a new trigger. Cocaine in a man's beer.
We haven't done the right reference in a while.
Gosh, this is so bad. We talked about porn and cocaine on this podcast. We are getting canceled.
Your friend Russell, not a sex addict. Oh, no.
I missed this. Oh, man. Scotty in the chat.
I'm going Scotty.
Right? Right. Oh, man. Well, thank you.
I had somebody the other day ask me, "Hey, have you seen The League?" And I was like, "Yeah, yes, I've seen it, man. Yeah,
many times."
So yeah, I'm also going Scotty. I didn't officially say that before, so yeah, I'm going Scotty.
So, thank you to, and I'm gonna fix this now. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Well, can I fix it now? So, thank you to, now it's fixed. Thank you to Jason Smith, Brad, Zach, Jason McMillan, and Scotty for being in the chat. Thank you to all 9 or 10 concurrent viewers who were on the pod tonight. Wild. Did I get some Oasis fans here tonight? I don't know. I did meet a guy at the concert who was like, "Hey, you're going to upload the Oasis videos," which I am going to do, by the way. Like, I recorded like a bunch of songs. He's like, he's asked me, he's like, "Oh, where are you going to upload them?" I'm like, "Well, I got this fantasy football podcast, the JC Penny podcast." He's like, "The JC Penny podcast?"
I talk about this podcast. I really don't talk about it that much, but I mention that I do it all the time, and I'm like, please don't search for it. This is embarrassing.
Well, we have
but
10
maybe some people do. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because I always mention the name, and I'm always like, that's actually like a really easy one to remember. People are gonna be able to find this if they really wanted to.
By the way, and you're gonna see my shorts. Oh, here, we gotta bring this bad boy back out. I said at the end of last season, it's gonna be right back there all season long. You know what it is? It's the trophy. Let's get the. Hold on. Oh, let's get the shine. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh.
It's really funny because on my screen in the Zoom, it doesn't show the camera switching. It just shows the same view. So you're pointing it at a camera that I can't see.
Oh yeah, that's right. Here, let you see it too. Oh yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
I'm losing so hard this year. I'm being so insufferable, but I need to do it because I've waited 15 years for this moment. So
probably gonna wait another 15, right?
Oh, it's gonna be more than that, dude. I have kids now. Like, I'm not gonna be able to win another title. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Good luck in your matchup. So glad that football is back.
Very happy.
First game's tomorrow night. Eagles play.
Who you got in that game?
I mean, you don't rock chalk. You don't bet against the Eagles, right? Like, what are we doing? But yeah, thank you guys. Good luck in your matchups. Thank you for making the draft so awesome, and we will see you next week. Last thing I'll say before we get off, we are going to try to do this. I think if it's our, and Jerry, correct me if I'm wrong, we want to make this a regular thing. And Wednesday nights are the best night from a fantasy perspective, but I know like sometimes we do Tuesday nights as well based on availability. But we are going to try to make this a thing where it's like, if we can get a regular night on Wednesday, that'd be ideal, or Tuesday, just like to get some night after the Wednesday's better because of the waivers process, and we can talk about that too. But
true. I would say if we are going to do Wednesdays moving forward a little bit later, would be better. Probably more like in the 9:30, 10 range. But yeah.
we're gonna work on getting a set time. I'm gonna work on getting the chat on the stream so it can show up. And I'll work on also not having as many glitches during the pod. But I appreciate. Oh, we're up to 11 viewers. What is happening right now? Like we start talking about what? Give me that. What is it? Grab that bear. Shake that bear. We start talking about this shit, and all of a sudden the viewers come out of the woodwork.
We're hitting the right buzzwords. We're getting new people.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. All right.
Right.
See ya in week 2. Have a nice week.
Go Knowles.